Hello everybody and welcome to Anything Goes. And hello to all the people who are looking for Anything Goes with James English or Anything Goes with Emma Chamberlain. You've come to the wrong place, but never mind. I'm Hugo Manning, I'm your host. It's a music show. Stick around if you like music, if you like some kind of alternative indie stuff, and a few stories here and there. You know, the classic thing that you do with a podcast sometimes happens here as well. So hopefully you stick along for the ride and chill out. There's some good music coming for you right now. And let's get the first song going. This is Positive Sound by WaqWaq Kingdom. Right, that was Positive Sound by the WaqWaq Kingdom. WaqWaq Kingdom, what a great name. Have not come across them before. Brand new. From the album Positive Sound. The song is Positive Sound. It's probably a single on that album. Yeah. So we are on the eve of my 25th birthday. It's very exciting. Hit that quarter century, you know. Looking ahead, you know. Got another. I mean, by good estimates, people are living to 100. So, you know what? I'm one quarter down, and it feels very weird to be one quarter down. Mainly because you can't remember a lot of the first stages of it. So I'd reckon about, I don't know, 0 to 8, I probably don't have much of a memory of. So it really feels like you're probably living a lot shorter. Whereas going between your 25th and your 100th birthday, you're probably, each increment of time probably feels, I don't know, does it feel longer? Does it feel shorter? Maybe it feels shorter because your brain's already full up of all all your memories already, so you're having to kick some memories out. I don't know. Other thing that happens on a 25th birthday is you can get insurance for a car in the UK. So that could be very exciting, as I might be moving back to the UK imminently, so would it be useful maybe to rent a car now and again? You never know. What other things can you do as a 25-year-old? Not very much, otherwise it's a bit of a useless birthday. I think it more or less goes downhill from here. There doesn't seem to be much advantage to being 26 and above. Of course, you got the big zeros birthday, so 30, 40, 50, 60 onwards. And they always made a big deal out of them. I'd make a big deal probably of my 30th. You never know. I don't know. Does anybody really know? I mean, I don't know where I'm going to be at the 30th. So that's exciting as well, I guess, when you think about it. Having said when you think about it, there's a very good show I'm going to talk to you about just after this. This is a song called Institution by Thunder Jackson. And yeah, Thunder Jackson, famous for another song called, here we go, I'll click on it, Guilty Party. It's quite an old song, quite famous. I quite like it. I'm going to play that instead. This is Guilty Party. I've changed my mind. This is what happens with Anything Goes. You change your mind halfway through. Here's Guilty Party from their recent, I guess, single, short track. There's only 2 songs in the album, so probably not an album. Yeah, this is Guilty Party. Here you go. Right, that was Guilty Party. It's not quite as jazzy as I remember the original Guilty Party song. I think they've remastered it, and I must admit, not as big a fan as I could have been, you know? Could have been a bigger fan of that song, but never mind, it's okay. You don't... I mean, I liked it, don't get me wrong, I liked it, it was good, but was it the best of good? Was it the best, goodest? What is it, the bestest? Goodest? I don't know, doesn't matter. Right, on that topic, Son Lux. Have you heard of them? They're kind of famous for like a deep saxophony sound that kind of spreads the like audio spectrum. I can't really describe it any other way. But you'll notice in this song kind of what I'm talking about, I think. Hopefully that makes sense for you all as you listen to it. So I'll let you listen to it. Oh wait, before that, I was going to talk to you about what's it called? No More Jockeys. It's a game. It's a show game type thing. Many of you from the United States probably not heard of them, but it's got Mark Davis, Tim Allen, and who's that kid? I can't remember what the last guy's name is. Anyway, it's a game where you're erasing popular people's names by creating a clue. And so these guys are very good at it. They're quite entertaining with it. They're all comedians. And I recommend you watch one. They're quite good. It's called, the game's called No More Jockeys. I believe that's their YouTube channel as well. And you'll notice from when I said, when you see them, or when you think about it, that's the one. When you think about it, it's a stock phrase in that series. So yeah, enough of that. This was Plans We Made by Sonlocks. Here you go. Here. Sorry, I made an error. I just pressed play and the next song wasn't the right song. That was a little hint of Institution, by the way. If you're interested in listening to more of that, look them up. That was Thunder Jackson again with Institution. Now we're going to play the proper song. This is Plans We Made by Sonlocks. Here you go.
I'm not asking for release. I'm not asking to forget. Never regret what you've given me. What is permanent remains, despite the plans we make. Some will walk, some will run, but as we go, we lose everyone somehow. Somehow, and I'm afraid to let you go. I'm afraid to let you go. I'm afraid to let you go. Oh, to let you go. And I'm afraid to let you go. Oh, to let you go. I'm not asking for release. I'm not asking for release. I'm afraid to let you go. 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 Don't let me let you go.
Right then, hopefully you noticed there the kind of spanning bass that Sonlocks is famous for. I tell you what I have been doing. What else? You know what? Just keep talking to it. Just introduce you to new things. There's a book. I'm doing a book review right now. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm talking to you about. A book. Not often I read a book, so you're in for a novel one. Do you like that? Do you like that little pun? Little novel one? Ha ha! Yeah, of course you hated it. It's called Talking to Strangers. Malcolm Gladwell, your lad Malcolm Gladwell. Quite like him. He comes across as a very intelligent human being whenever he's interviewed and whenever he's talked to. And his books are written in a very logical manner. You know, one that's people can follow all the way through. And it's just easy to read and easy to understand and easy to follow for very complicated topics. Anyway, this book, Talking to Strangers, would recommend. I got the audiobook. Worth it. It's about how we accept people, how lies work basically between human beings, and how it covers a lot of topics, but it's kind of all about interpretation and misinterpretation of how humans interact with each other. And it's a lot to do with lying and deception. He goes through quite a few case studies, actually, quite a few. Oh, that's my creaky chair. A few case studies on Cuban spies, a few rapists. He doesn't dwell necessarily on the rapists, but kind of, it's interesting because he looks at how different cultures assume people are lying, and none of them are correct because everybody reacts differently to lying. And I think the greatest thing to take away from that, if any of you are thinking of committing crimes, which I wouldn't advise, but yeah, I think definitely talking to a lawyer before doing an interview is a good idea, because even if you're not guilty of committing a crime, I think police can be swayed by the way you interact with them without hard evidence, and then they can make evidence in one particular way. As the case of some other famous cases, they can kind of warp their evidence, and so it's very, very important to reveal as little as possible, even if, regardless of whether you're innocent or guilty, because there are a lot of cases where your reaction might be misinterpreted and you get falsely accused of something. So yeah, just something to be careful of, as I found through this book. So recommend. I don't know, I don't have a grading system for a book. Maybe like a 9 out of 10, 8.5, probably an 8.5, which is pretty good. I'm an active marker on a distribution, you know. There's got to be unlike people who mark on a level distribution. So there's just going to be just as many 10s as there are going to be 5s. I believe fundamentally that there's going to be substantially less 10s than 5s. In fact, the 10 is inherently impossible, I would say. It's impossible to get a 10. Whereas the mean would lie on the 5. And so something like an 8.5 is an exceptionally high mark when you grade on a distribution like that. So yeah, I hope you consider the book. And then, I hope you consider the next song. It's called Think of You by Slug Father. Weird name for a band, I know, but hopefully you like the song. Golly gosh, that was a quick song, wasn't it? And it wasn't even the right song in the end. That was Lloyd with Feeling Good. And it's a very short... Oh, wow. Can't say words. It's a short song. So I'm going to go back now. I'm going to... That's the sound of the rewind version. And I'm going to play Think of You. Here you go.
How
Right, what do you guys think about songs like that song, the last song you listened to called Think of You by the Slug Father? What do you think about it? I quite, so, you'll noticeably not many lyrics, actually kind of one set of lyrics. Kind of like, Beyonce's Girls They Run the World, Not many lyrics. But are they any less powerful, is what you must be thinking. And you might think that me comparing the Slug Father to, I think it's Beyonce, would be a bit kind of, non-applicable because of the substantially different following. But many ways could be interesting to look at. Why they've decided to just repeat kind of like a mantra or an Does that increase the meaning? Or does it take away from the meaning? Maybe if you just said it once throughout the whole song. Just you have to exactly time it. I don't think that'd go down very well, to be honest. I'd like to have seen kind of maybe a few different options of the song where he changes kind of what else he says. Does he include more words? Does he change the rhythm of Think of You, A few different options would have been cool in that song. But hey, that's what it was. Your music curator in Anything Goes with Hugo Manning, aka Hugo Manning. Yeah, it was a good song. It was a good song. You know what? They're not all gonna be hits, which is important. They can't all be hits. And what is gonna be a hit for somebody might not be a hit for another person. So I'm thinking of you guys who like that song, and I played it. So maybe you'll like the next song more if you didn't like the previous song. If you did like the previous song, maybe you'll like the next song less. But whatever the case, the next song is going to happen. And that next song is Loving All These Men by r.em.edy and Able To.
Say they care for me, but they all be bluffing. Why do I dress up a man who ain't worth trusting? Need to love myself, cause these boys give nothing. Be honest with me, if you just want touching. Belly in my chest, unimpressed how they play me. Need to save my love for someone who is worth craving. Ooh, why you gotta twist my mind like that? I gotta miss having it. Consciousness ain't common sense. Since when do you like to abuse my mind with negligence? So maybe it is just the way you show your confidence. Ooh, and bet I wanna hold someone who understands. When I did shit okay, but can I go get some romance? Said that I gotta wait for the feeling love and breeze. Goddamn, I look so appealing. I think I've had it once, but that was when my mind was sleeping. Why the universe surviving me? Why come scheming? Leaving me with men who only want you in the evening. Trying to trust the game, but I'm on paper, I'm always bleeding. Loving all these men while my heart never swerved. They're making me distressed, acting like they all deserve this loving. Say they care for me, but they all be bluffing. Why do I dress up a man who ain't worth trusting? Need to love myself, cause these boys give nothing. Be honest with me, if you just want touching. Belly in my chest, unimpressed how they play me. Need to save my love for someone who is worth craving. Ooh, but affection will not comfort me. I need to trust myself and nurture my own body. Ooh, what I would do to get back all the energy. I've been on some social out and I be so emotionally attached to things that scratch my heart so frequently. They tell me to slow down, give my up to only 12. Said they learn some things by now. Stop giving love round with discounts. Yeah, tell me why you love these men when you could love yourself instead. Loving all these men while my heart never swerved. They're making me distressed, acting like they all deserve this loving. Say they care for me, but they all be bluffing. Why do I dress up a man who ain't worth trusting? Need to love myself, cause these boys give nothing. Be honest with me, if you just want touching. Belly in my chest, unimpressed how they play me. Need to save my love for someone who is worth craving. For who is worth craving? Yeah, for who is worth craving?
Right. Well, that was Loving All These Men. These Men, yeah, that's the one. By r.em.edy and Able 2. Again, see, changed it up. We're not always playing the same sort of songs here. That's why you got Anything Goes in the title. Yeah, it's not the only reason why Anything Goes. Because I think it's mainly because I can't prepare a show that's similar. I guess it's similar most weeks, but it's kind of a random assortment of things that's spur of the moment decision making processes. Should probably be called Spur of the Moment Music Podcast, but it's not, and it's been Anything Goes for longer than anybody else has got a podcast going for. I actually had an interesting thing about that. I know nobody listens to this show really, but that doesn't matter to me. But do I have rights to the name of this show? I guess not, because somebody owns Anything Goes that did Anything Goes before me. And I haven't bought those rights to use. But I have had the longest, probably one of the longest shows called Anything Goes, podcasts anyway. And, yeah, I just wondered whether I had the rights to it, How does that work? If somebody else calls themselves Anything Goes, can I be like, nope, no you can't. No you can't be Anything Goes. I don't think that's how it works. And I don't think I'd even want to do that, because if somebody's way more popular and they're called Anything Goes, and then I'm less popular and I'm called Anything Goes, and somebody Googles Anything Goes because of the other person, but then sees my content as well, then we both win, kind of, ish, somewhat. That seems to be what's happening, kind of, at the moment as well. That's why I bring it up, That's why I bring it up. We've got my last YouTube video, analytics says, interesting, traffic source from YouTube search, which is 21% of my traffic, is Anything Goes Emma Chamberlain was a high level, and then porn was the next level, which is an interesting one, because there's nothing really that porny about my show. But hey, you know what? That's fine. If that's how they want to find me, sure, go for it. I mean, it's only one person, I guess. But it's weird that I showed up on one feed. Like, there's not, like, why did Google think that I had anything to do with porn? Interesting. Not really sure. Not really sure. But, you know what? That's fine. If that's the way they're finding me, that's the way they're finding me. And, I like how under the geography tab, it's telling me that they're all from a geographical location. All 14 views is from a geographical location. You know what? I'm telling you what I'm trying to do here. So my strategy is I'm going to build it from the ground up, you know? I'm just going to keep doing it every week, and then maybe then we'll just keep building it. Just keep building it until we're big, you know? That's what it takes now. Perseverance is what it takes in this current world. Ain't no sitting about waiting for things to come your way. Just gotta go out there and get it. Actually, that's not really what's happening. I am more or less just sitting back and waiting for it to come. Anyway, I'm kind of low stress, you know? That's what I'm going for. Low stress, low impact things is important. And then I'm also navigating around the YouTube recommendations and song difficulties, but hey, it's all right. We're gonna play next song, and it's called Trials. You know what? We've been having trials all the time in this show. We're constantly being trialed, and yeah, we're all living through trials, trialing time. But we seem to be, we're making it through, you know? We're making it through. And so this song's for that, I guess. Probably not, actually. But anyway, this is Trials by Cults. I hope you enjoy. Right, that was Trials by Cult. That's I had a few thoughts whizzing around my brain, none of which I can really bring to the forward. I guess what I've been watching today a lot of is the Joe Rogan podcast. Who doesn't like the Joe Rogan podcast? I think all podcasters are trying to sort of take after Joe Rogan. He's made it very popular, made it very famous. He does a different thing to what I do. He's very interview-esque. Whereas I would describe what I do as kind of more of a radio show, an online radio show. And yeah, it's good. I like it. I like listening to music. Hopefully you guys like listening to music. I don't know why you'd stick around otherwise. Because it's not much talking. It's some talking. It's definitely some talking. But not as much as there could be. Yeah. Try and get through some more songs. I think that's what we want to do at this point. We always get to this point of the show and we just decide to keep going. And that's what I'm going to do. This is The Studio by Jacknife Lee, Bibi, Bourelly, and Barny Fletcher. Called This is a Studio. Here you go. Right then, that was The Studio. Did I miss a song? No, that was The Studio. It's just quite a long song, almost 5 minutes for a song. But I quite liked it. I hope you liked it. It's got a little jazzy vibe, you know, just one that you just kind of want to bop to. I don't have a camera here, but you can just picture in my mind, I'm kind of like bopping side to side. Anywho. Yeah. I'm going to kind of relinquish my role again as a DJ. Oh, I tell you a fun thing I found about a DJ, actually. I didn't know where the word DJ come from. Like, you know when they're like, DJ Khaled or something like that, or yeah, no, yeah, is that the word I want? No, that's not the word I want. I'm trying to think of the word I want here. Come on, Hugo, think about it. MC, that's the one. MC Hammer. You know, MC, that's Master of Ceremonies. You know where that came from? Like the rapper MC. So DJs, this is where DJs come in, by the way, as a word. DJs used to be like, do DJ battles, you know? Kind of like, you know how they have rap battles now? Well, they used to do DJ battles where one person would like put a beat down and like that sort of thing, and then and then they'd battle each other. Whoops, I think I just hit the microphone. And that was all very good, but then like the DJ's friend like just really want to get his friend, you know, a bit hype, so he'd go on the stage and be like, yo, that other DJ is terrible, put your hands together for my DJ, you know, clap, 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 and like dance, boogie around on his tunes, but don't boogie around on the other DJ's tune. And then the other DJ would also bring his friend along to like to hype him up. And so they both DJs had like a hype man as well. So that was the MC, right? So you had two battling MCs where you'd be like, yo, my DJ's better though. And then the other guy was like, my DJ's better. And eventually it evolved to something more along the lines of the MCs entertaining by like telling stories and stuff, where the DJ would be putting down the beat for them to tell stories. And then it became what rap is now. So that was an abbreviated version of what is rap, which is why it's so kind of like no other kind of music is so entrenched in the beat, you know? You don't listen to an indie song and go, "Oh, that indie beat, isn't that so good?" No, it doesn't work like that. It goes back, it harkens back to the old days where the beat was the only thing that they were really fighting about. They weren't at all interested in words. Everybody was just fighting about the beat. So yeah, I thought that was fun. So we're gonna play the next song, and then you're gonna have more fun. So this is Rush and Fever by Nation of Language.
They say, how can people find what I can never find? How can people find what I can never find? And we were supposed to feel you in the heart. But I can always find you sitting there with your second-hand malaise. I looked at you with a rush of fever that melts my teeth away.
Right, who doesn't like a deep running bass line? You know, that. Who doesn't like that? I quite like that. There's probably a lot of people who don't like it, to be fair. There's a lot of people in this world. They probably don't all like that. But anyway, I quite like it. It kind of doesn't. I like a deep bass line, you know? That's why I like Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know? It's all about that bass line. That guy who plays the bass line. Underappreciated bass line players, I tell you. A lot of guitarists famous, a lot of singers famous. very few piano, like, synth players are famous. And then, like, the lowest rung of a band, bass player. But often, he holds it down, you know? He holds it down. He's like the solid member, you know? Really, and I really rate bassists when they come out a bit more and they start to play some rhythm, you know? Play some rhythm. I kind of overcooked how many songs we got left. So I'm going to play one more song and then we'll leave it there. This is called Mal of America. The rest of my songs will still be in the playlist for you to check out later. But here it is, Mal of America.
One, two, three. If only you saw what I see. The time has come, but nobody's asking for me. You only see the bad shit, and I only see what I want. I only see what I want. I'm made out of stone, afraid I'm alone. I thought I had somebody, I wish it was you. The way that she flew over and out. I'm made out of stone, forever alone. I thought I had somebody.
Right, that was a cool one. That was called Mal of America. It's kind of short. And so we're going to end our show on that today. We'll be back next week with another show. And yeah, that's kind of what happens. We'll be back again next week. We might be in another country next week, just as a word of notice. I might be back in the UK. We're fingers crossed still. But don't be surprised if it's a different location. Not that you can see where I am anyway, but hey, maybe you can. Maybe you've got that weird vision thing. I don't know. Maybe you stood outside my door. Probably not. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed the show today. It's probably not the best show in the planet, but hopefully you enjoyed it nonetheless. And we'll end it there. That's episode 18 of Anything Goes. Have a good time. Yeah. whatever time it is for you. I guess it normally comes out before the weekend, so have a good weekend, I guess. I don't know. Just time. Have a good time. And listen again next week.